When I look at C and his philosophy, I look at my philosophy, you know, while our methods might be a little bit different, at the end of the day, we both started with something very tangible. I didn't go, I need to lose 30 pounds. I kind of was like, all right, E, let's get this first 5 in. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this first 5, first 10 in. Don't overdo it to the point where you burn out.
This episode is brought to you by our partner in crime, Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, Green Juice, can supercharge your life, restore that glow, and help you feel decades younger in just 30 seconds per day without having to worry about shopping or ingredients, mixing and blending them, and then cleaning up afterwards. All ingredients are USDA organic, vegan-friendly, and made without GMO ingredients, gluten, or soy. Where else can you get superfoods like chlorella, moringa, spirulina, wheatgrass, ashwagandha, and turmeric, just to name a few? So, make sure you guys check it out at www.organifi.com/success. That's ORGANIFI/success. And now to today's show.
I wake up every single day, I am who I say I am, and I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles, you're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl W. Phillips.
W, what up, y'all? What's going on?
I also got the good doctor in the building. Well, I shouldn't say in the building. I'm not sure where he's at. He's been all over the place running errands, but I believe he's out there somewhere. Dr. Thomas, are you there?
Man, am I ever? Hey, I was hanging with Mr. Coop today. So y'all might be too young, a little too old for that. But I was out at the schools. They was hanging with Mr. Coop today. So,
I remember
man.
hanging with Mr. Cooper. That was my joint. What you talking about?
Yeah, bro, I'm out here. I was out there, Joe Old Stomping Ground, the J-Dubs, and first day of school. So we were spending time showing the kids. You know, I find it funny, guys, and I think school districts need to do a much better job of this. You guys can bring me in if you'd like to help you. But there's so much research done on our kids and the expectations that they have for our kids, and they never share them with the kids. You know, so I told the principal, look, bring me in, Coach Bogan, and I'm gonna spend the day with the 7th and 8th, then the 9th and 10th, then the 11th and 12th. We're gonna write it down on a sheet of paper. We're gonna organize it real sweet, and we're gonna share with them what the expectations are for the year. And then the next time I meet with them, we're gonna talk about what are their personal expectations and what does their academic portfolio look like. Because you start in school, you know everything you wanna teach them, but you don't even know what their personal academic aspirations are. So we started today, had a phenomenal time. We used the book, You're Not the Boss of Me. Went over that, had the kids, a small sample take the test. A small sample of teachers next week are gonna take the test. And then we're gonna look at, is this gonna be a better year because we know what their superpowers are. We know how to teach them. We know what their expectations are. They know what our expectations are. And I told them, speak now or forever hold your peace. So phenomenal day though, see, overall, phenomenal day.
Oh, man, I love it. That sounded a lot better than what you told me. Because what you told me when you called me was you almost had to choke a couple kids out.
Oh, yeah. I thought we did the podcast, see?
Oh, that was the podcast version.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't know we was going fully in.
You know what I'm saying? I thought you was giving them the real deal Holyfield. Because you called me,
no, that's you.
He was like, I had called E, right? He didn't answer because he was at the school still. And I had to talk to him about something totally different. And he picked up the phone, was like, yeah, no, I got all that. But listen, I almost had to choke 2 kids out today. I'm like, E, you first day?
Yeah, one of the
female teachers told the little dude, take your hood off. And he said, what the H? And so she let it go. And she's like, look, I'm gonna need you to whatever. Like,
I never heard what the H though. What, you know what I'm saying? Like,
H-E-double-L stick.
You know what I'm saying? I think we're allowed to say hell on this podcast. I know we
okay,
G-rated.
I didn't know it's P. It's rated G. Well, the reason why I didn't want to say it though is because I didn't want to say nothing of what he said. I didn't want to say half. So then he said to her, what the F? Who you talking
Okay,
to?
definitely.
It
Yeah,
escalated a tad.
Yeah.
And so, you know me, see, you talking to a grown woman, teacher like that. Somebody who could have easily become an engineer, a lawyer, and they took less money to deal with your little butt. 14 years old, I think because he like 6'1", he feeling himself. So I told my man, she told him to, go against the wall. So I told my man, look, bro, everybody on the wall give me 25. He like, I ain't doing 25. I'm like, what? I ain't doing 25. So I said, come here. So he just walked away and just started walking, try to get out of the school. You know, man, my posse's on Broadway. You know what I'm saying? My posse's on Broadway. All my dudes, Transformers. You know what I'm saying? Mount up. All my guys, coach, police officer, everybody got right in the door like, yo, little fella, where you going? What you think this is? Like, you ain't just about to cuss nobody out and just walk out. And so we had a nice long discussion, come to find out being raised by his grandma. Dad ain't in his life, mom's not in his life. And I had to teach him though, like, there's a way to do it. Even though I know you going through what you're going through in life, there's a way to go through it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, see that? Yep, there go the real version.
So you did have to choke somebody out. All right, well, if you're out there listening, E and his posse, you know what I mean? You gotta say posse when you over 50. You know what I'm saying? Over 40.
Posse.
You just got a posse. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't even no gang. You got a little posse with you. No, that's
posse's
good
on
though,
Broadway.
man. I mean, it's a tough school, and you get a lot of kids in there who, they hurt. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you can kind of share what they broke down and said, just so people kind of know, what you're dealing with there. But I know they, one of them actually broke all the way down, right?
All the way, but let's not talk about that. Let's get to the podcast.
Are you eating?
I'm saying he over there smashing something.
Right. I'm like, is that a Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A you got going on right now or what? You know what I'm saying? It sound like your whole mouth. I'm like, and that whatever you eating, it don't sound like keto.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
It don't sound like keto,
good.
I promise.
I'm sorry, can I help you out real quick?
Hungry. Oh, please, D. What's up?
Okay, because I just got my car detailed, $250, and he eating some Cheeto Puffs. The puffs,
wow.
that's when your
Cheeto
hands
puffs?
just nasty.
Cheeto Puffs
I'm talking
like
about
that.
lap just full of cheese, crumbs, hands. I'm looking at my car like, wow, that was a total waste.
No, that was definitely foul. But I'm trying to back to why me and E supposed to be brothers in arms, holding each other accountable.
Wow.
And E over there smacking hot Cheeto Puffs.
I'm talking about Cheeto cheese, dust, crumbs everywhere, see.
Wow.
I just got my car detailed.
That's the
Hey, he
bigger-
making
that's
it
the
sound
bigger
so
problem.
adult, though. Didi, it sound like one man eating a gourmet sandwich, though. Like I'm talking about, mouth sound like it full. Like he just bit into this dope sandwich.
Oh, man. I'm talking about he having a blast over here, but that's okay. That's okay.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Unbelievable. Well, I know I need a new workout accountability partner, that's for sure. I don't ever
Bro, I
remember.
had nothing to eat all day. I didn't have time to get nothing to eat. You need to start blessing your accountability. I was supposed to be the #1 motivational speaker in the world. They ain't bring me nothing to eat on this journey. I spoke 7 times and I couldn't even get but a glass of water. So
how did
when
you
I got
end
my
up
batteries,
with the hot Cheetos, though?
well,
Right.
because when I
How
ran
did you
in to
get
go get the
that?
batteries, when I ran in to go get the batteries for the podcast, boy, because I'm on the road, they ain't got nothing next to the
The Cheetos right up there by the batteries.
That's it. That's all they got. So I grabbed some water, Carl. Praise God, I didn't get a Coke to go
They
with
got,
these Cheetos.
like beef jerky or turkey jerky, or you know what I'm saying?
They ain't got no turkey
you
jerky.
could have
Not
kept
right
on
there,
the
Carl.
keto. Trust me, I've been in the pitch before, bro.
Okay. Yeah, I've never had, what did he just call it? Jerk, whatever he called it. I never had that.
Turkey jerky.
I never had jerky, period.
No, I'm just trying to figure out how my workout / diet partner is hitting hot Cheetos behind my back. I'm
It's not behind his back, Carl. This is what he says. Show me your weight. I show him my weight. It's going to be the same, Carl. Yeah,
as long as you got the results.
Yeah, because I'm not going to eat this and then go eat a hamburger. This just going to be my little dinner for the day.
All right, so the Cheeto dinner. All right, well, we got a title for the podcast. You know what I'm saying? So
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, you know what though? I do have, and on a different note, I I don't know if it's a fair foul or am I tripping? But actually, no, it's a fair foul. But I think, and this is for shout out to all the wives out
You
there.
ain't had one of them in a long time.
Yeah. And I just want to make sure, because we've been diving into the podcast and just bombing on people's heads. This is our attempt to be a little bit cuddlier for those of y'all. You know what I'm saying? For those of y'all who we lost, hopefully we can get y'all back this week by being a little cuter and cuddlier. No, I have a issue with this, and I asked a couple of my friends, and they were like, yo, my wife does this too. So this is for all the wives out there, or even girlfriends, if you will. I'm just gonna blame it on y'all right now. You can say, whatever, but is it just me, or do women say they love surprises, but then do everything they can to dig in and ruin whatever surprise you was about to have? Okay, I know I'm not alone on this, okay? So I'm going to tell my story, but I want to know if y'all in that with me, because I swear to you, my wife always like, I want to be spontaneous. I love surprises, the whole nine. So I'm like, okay, cool. I try. And my plan got thwarted. Now, I told her it was foul. She was like, no, I didn't know. So anyway, here's the deal, right? So we end up, I was supposed to, by the way, 1% was fire in New York. Shout out to everybody who came out to New York. Man, that was fire. Enjoyed it tremendously. The regular session, the VIP. Shout out to everybody who came out. Oh, man, it was incredible. I had the My Secret Superpower books out there. Y'all bought them all up, went crazy. I'm bringing some as well to New Orleans and D.C. because I'm going to have Trey in D.C. So if you're in D.C., when we come to 1%, Trey will be signing your books himself.
Oh, let's go, Trey.
But anyway, so long story short, I had originally scheduled my flight for Sunday. And so on Sunday, I was going to fly back first thing Sunday morning, just because sometimes with that, how the New York traffic is. And I was like, I didn't know exactly what time we were going to be finished. And if it went long or we had a meeting or something, I didn't want to be rushing. So I was going to come back Sunday morning. So I figure out Saturday, whoa, it looks like we're going to be done a little early. The VIP only goes to like 1 o'clock or whatever. And we kind of wanted to, not do lunch because the lunch thing was taking too long. So we were like, we'll do lunch afterwards. So I said, you know what, Tay, go on, see if you could change my flight for me. She's like, yep, no problem. I found you a flight. I'm going to put you on the flight. You'll be back home by 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm like, all right, cool. So we get done with the event. He's doing his thing. We all just say goodbye to everybody. Boom, I get in the car, head to the airport. Now, I haven't eaten all day, so I go into the airport, listen to this, E. I get myself a salad.
I was listening for the hot Cheetos.
I get myself a salad. You know what I'm saying? From this restaurant, right? So I get the salad from the restaurant. My wife is texting me. So now, of course, I'm about to surprise my whole family, right? So I'm on my way to surprise the family, and I don't think nothing of it. I'm thinking I'm going to surprise them. And then I call my brother, and I say, hey, I'm about to surprise the family. So, maybe if they at your house, whatever, just know I'm coming through. You got to give one person the assignment, right? So my brother like, okay, cool, bet, no problem. So my brother, and Trey, they ride to the store. So they ride into the store, and Train calls me and goes, yo, did you just end up telling Candace you was coming home? I said, no, why? He said, because Trey just said, yeah, my daddy's coming home tonight. He's trying to surprise us.
Oh, wow.
I said, what?
Wow.
I said, what? I said, oh, man. And so it instantly hit me. When I swipe my credit card, you get an alert. And the alert comes to both phones. Now, that shouldn't be a problem because I'm still in New York. But my wife, being the anti-surprise CSI detective she is, goes and Googles the restaurant to see where it is and finds out that it's only in the airport. So not only does that ruined the surprise for her. I'm hoping, maybe she'll be, hey, what are you doing home? None of that. She also tells Trey, like, yeah, your dad trying to surprise you. I'm like, yo, What in the world? So you know what? I'm officially done with the surprises. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna start telling you, like, hey, I changed my flight. I'm on my way home. See you in a few. I'm off of that. Now, she says in her mind, she like, yo, that was fair because I was making sure it wasn't a miscellaneous charge. And I just saw a charge pop up. So I'm going and researching, trying to find out.
I was with you up until then, C. Yeah, great move. I was with you, C. I'm like, yeah, she messed it up. But yeah, that's a good excuse. I can't get mad at that.
I'm just saying, though, clearly I have the card. Clearly I'm out of town. Clearly I have to eat. So you just tracking every single movement? I must have swiped the card 20 times while I'm in New York for 3 days. So every time, I'm at the little hot dog stand too. You trying to Google Earth that? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And then you done told my son. So it's bad enough to, and then I'm like, could you just act like maybe you didn't get it and still act like you surprised? So that's my point, dog, is I'm done trying to surprise.
That's fake. Candace can't be
I'm
fake.
just saying, I'm good. I'm done. And I'm saying, how in the world can you surprise? You know what's so funny? I wasn't 100% sure. I still, because I hadn't talked to her, so I still wasn't, I figured because Trey knew. So I still tried to sneak out, right? And I didn't even know. So I used my other card at the parking ride, just in case. You know what I'm saying? So when I got home, she was like, yeah, and I saw you tried to be slick and use your other card too. That one pop up on my phone too. I'm like, what?
It's a wrap.
I'm just trying to figure out for real, like, can you even surprise your spot? Like, how am I, what if I would have bought her some flowers? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to go straight cash.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. She from the D like Didi. They hate surprises. Didi does not, Didi like, do not surprise me. So just know if you swiping that card, there's no surprise. And with fraud, see, these days, bro, you almost can't really get into surprises.
I get it, but I don't get it. I get it, but I'm like, out of all times, like it's 3:00 in the afternoon, you see a charge pop up, and like it was cool. It popped up, but then you had to go Google what it was, where it was, the whole nine.
Well,
found
she's
out
an accountant, see?
She like, oh,
She's
you in
an
gate
accountant.
D. You know what I'm
What
saying?
you want
I'm like,
you want her to cut it off at home? She's an accountant.
Bruh,
Card
just
being
ridiculous.
swiped. You supposed to be in the conference. It's a card being swiped in the restaurant somewhere. She thinking, what in the world? Nah, I will say this. I do think it's baby shady that she told Trey that you was coming home on it. He trying to surprise you. That might have been a bit much. She didn't have to tell your son.
Well, and here go the thing.
Home.
I'm gonna try to speak for her just because she's not on the line. But she tried to say she was on the phone with somebody and saw it and like said it like out loud, kinda. Okay. And Trey just interpreted it. Now Trey is an assassin when it comes to that. Trey will bring up your conversation from 3 weeks ago, like, no, I remember you told me, like, whoa. So, but I'm just like, yo, I literally you should have seen me walk in the door. It was like, I was like Al Bundy. You know what I'm saying? I walked in like, bruh, just no love. You know what I'm saying? Like I just got done selling a few pair of women's shoes. So anyway, I thought that was a little disheartening, but it is what it is. So I told y'all this is the cute and cuddly episode, man. And what is more cute and cuddly than my brother Josh Hatch having his baby girl, Hazel Hatch is in the building. And we have a special guest on the line. The father of 3. Mr. Josh Hatch. You on? Are you there, my brother?
I am here with a big smile on my face.
Man, congratulations, dog. I told Josh, listen, call in the podcast just for 2 minutes. We know you busy, but we want to hear that fresh testimony. August 26th was the date. Ironically, my father's birthday as well. Shout out to my pops, happy birthday. Yanni, Jamal's daughter's birthday. And so it was only right that Miss Hazel graced us with her presence on August 26th. Congratulations, my brother. How does it feel?
Man, I can first thank you, and I can't even put it into words. I mean, I really can't put it into words. It's been, Hudson is now 10, so our middle child's 10, and Bear is 13. And so it's almost like starting over, but because it's been so long, you almost forget those baby feels. And so first it's just nervousness for a healthy delivery and and
Mom's
mom,
healthy.
baby, yep, everybody's health, and we're not as young as we were when we had the kids, so we're closing in on 40. I'm 38, Heather's 37, so we just want to make sure everything went well, and the day went so incredibly smooth, and such a smooth and easy delivery. And Hazel is almost 9 pounds, 22 inches. She's our biggest and heaviest baby.
Wow.
If you see my kids, that'll tell you the size that she's about to be.
Right.
She is a dream. I mean, just cute and cooing and just making the cutest noises. And the best part outside of her healthy delivery was, if you're a parent and you're listening, you know this feeling. But when I had Berkeley, our first child, when I found out we were pregnant with Hudson, I was actually nervous because I loved something so much. I didn't know if I had enough room in my heart to love another one as much as I loved. This go around, you almost have that same feeling, but you're going to love because you've had a second. But watching the kids, when Bear and Hud walked in and just their hearts just opened up, it's one of the most emotional moments I think I've ever felt. And watching them just hold her and love her, I mean, it's just amazing. It's just been an amazing 48 hours, and just feel so blessed.
You about to make Carl and E reverse their vasectomy. You know what I'm saying?
I know Carl maybe. He is more than happy.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, I'm looking at all the photos and I'm living it through you, brother. I am not going back. I'm living it all through you.
Listen, man, that is awesome, man. Super, super happy for you guys. Man, just another member of the ETA squad, the family, man, super blessed. So glad that everything went well. And I will be making my journey to Charleston soon, my brother.
Real soon here. Yeah, hey, Josh.
Thanks,
and I know,
love you all.
Yep, love you. Yep, we'll talk to you later, man.
Hey, Josh, before you leave, is it just me or does Hazel look just like Bear?
Oh, just.
Oh, hey, E, you want to know something funny? Bear, who is the sweetest thing on earth, she sat me down and gave me a list of things I'm not allowed to call Hazel.
Baby girl, what was on the list, Jay?
She told Hud that he can't call Hazel sister because he called. I don't know if you ever picked up, but Hud doesn't ever call her Berkeley. Bear only calls her sister and has forever. I said to Bear, that's what she is.
Right. Hey, if Bear don't want her to be called sister, don't call her sister.
Yeah. Congratulations, man. Get a whole family our love, bro.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, man.
All right. Take care, man.
All right. Thanks, man. Take care.
See, man, now this is a cuddly episode, and, we've been hard the last few, man. We've been, going off. E been tearing people apart. I tried to play good cop. That never works.
That
and I
did
end
not
up spazzing out. You know what I'm saying? So I figure after 4 or 5 episodes straight, we talking about family again and babies. And
we talking about family?
Family.
Family.
But I do want to get into a topic or a discussion. Now, mind you, we just talked about baby Hazel and we're all in the good spirit, E, so I don't need you going off and kicking nobody in their neck.
Let me put it on mute.
But so here's the thing, and I promised to get Lashanna on, and I'm going to get her on the line. And of course, we talked about last week's episode was get on the scale, right? And so people hit me up and randomly, and even some people at the conference, whether it was about weight or whether it was about just being diligent financially, like all of these different things, E, and people were saying like, yo, I feel you, like I'm with you, and I know I need to do it. My problem is staying consistent, right? And so I wanted to know from you before we get Lashanna on, and we'll find out how her progress has been, and, just kind of, her journey, and, she's struggled with weight her whole life. She'll be very open and honest with you guys about that. And like I said, it's not me sharing her business. She actually, wants to take this journey with, a group and support and the BU fam and the whole 9. But people were coming up to me saying, see, I can do it for 2 weeks, bruh. I could do it for a month. Last time I got 6 months in and, I fell off and, I gained it all back, or, just whatever it was, I backslid. And so they were asking me, E, how do you make a habit stick, right? And so I know, E, I don't know if it's 21 days or 30 days to create a habit or, what it is, but I feel like even when people try to do that in that 21, 30 days, there's still, that natural pullback, to the mean. So how do you, and from my own perspective, it's been one of those things that I've had to be like, okay, cool. Like with the weight, it's like, okay, since Trey was born, that was like my defining day to be like, okay, get everything tight. And I think I've done pretty good since then. He's 5.5 now. Not saying I could never go back because my accountability partner eats Cheetos for dinner. So I could easily backslide. But E, walk us through forming a habit, and when does that habit become permanent, if that makes sense? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we want to build good habits, but how do you make it permanent? And how do you kill that other bad habit forever?
Yeah, I think, man, this is so complex. It really is.
Good thing I know the number one motivational speaker in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right, break it down for us.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is so complex, man. I think the first thing, like C said, is that, forgive me, I'm driving, guys, but I think the first thing is that you have to have a C moment. You really do have to have a serious emotional experience. With like C's, it was his son. It's like, yo, my son is born, whatever. Because I think it's just so hard to do something that you really don't want to do. I saw Mario today. I don't know how long it's been, Carl, since I saw Mario, but Mario was like, yo, E, you lost weight. And I was like, what? He was like, yo, E, bruh, you lost weight. And I was like, oh, Mario, you must not see me in a long time. He's like, I ain't seen you about 3 or 4 months. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you probably saw me last time, super chunky. But I explained to Mario, because he was like, man, how does it feel? I was like, actually, it sucks.
Right,
because I prefer eating, I prefer eating 3 meals a day or 2, to be honest with you. At least 2 good meals. And I'm just not in a place where, I can do that anymore. So for me to be at a certain weight, I pretty much have to go either without eating, like do intermittent fasting, or I have to like eat no carbs. And that's not fun, like C said. I had way more fun when I could eat the dressing, the macaroni and cheese, the fried chicken, candy yam. Like, I don't have to think. Like, it's way easier. So I think, C, you have to have the reason why you're losing weight or whatever you're doing has to be greater than the fun you having. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is I'm trying to accomplish has to taste better than macaroni and cheese and fried chicken and, whatever, the sandwiches that I eat. So I think that's one. You have to have this serious emotional experience or encounter where you go, you know what, I have to do this. It's a greater cause. I think number 2, you gotta be careful. And like I said, when I look at C and his philosophy, I look at my philosophy, while our methods might be a little bit different, at the end of the day, we both started with something very tangible. I didn't go, I need to lose 30 pounds. Now, I might have been like, okay, E, overall, you need to lose 30. But I kind of was like, all right, E, let's get this first 5 in. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this first 5, first 10 in. Like, don't overdo it to the point where you burn out. So let's get this first 5 in. We got 5 in, I felt good. Let's get a routine in. I was like, all right, 4 or 5 days out the week, I'm gonna run. I got a little routine going. I'm gonna eat. Like, I didn't play in the beginning, even C had me on like these reps. I wouldn't even do reps for the first 21, 30 days because I needed to go in. Like, mentally, whatever is the most you can do, like the most dedicated you can be, I think that's what you need to do. And I was like, yo, for the first 30, I'm just eating chicken, eggs, salad, vegetables. That's it. I'm not doing like none of the other fatty stuff. This is what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna commit to it. And then I'm gonna be honest. Once I got going, I lost about 10 to 12 pounds. I was like, I'm not gonna have a cheat day, like blow it out, but like I'm getting burnt out on, eggs and whatever. So I'm not gonna go bread because that's too whatever, but I'll have a meal on Saturday that after church that I kind of feel like, all right, I feel reward. Now, I had a discipline the next day to get up and go, all right, E, let's go. You know what I'm saying? So I try to make it where it's not overkill, where it's like I'm waking up and I'm like burnt out. I'm not feeling it. I don't want to do it. It's just too much. So you got to find that. And I don't even know if I want to call it a cheat day because some of you aren't mature enough for that term, but where you take the gas off just a little bit And then you got another goal. So my next goal was like, oh, I lost 10. All right, let me try to get another 5. All right, I got 20. And then I call C and start going up. Like, all right, E, now let's set a new goal. I want to see the scale because I wasn't doing the scale before. I had another goal. I want to get rid of the top gut. Like, for real, guys, I didn't go to gut. I went that top part. Like, let me get that top part off first. So then I got the top
I don't
part
think
off.
I
That
ever
took
heard
about.
nobody say that. That's
Hey,
I like that.
don't
Oh,
Kyle's
no.
got like 8 stomachs. He got like,
Yeah.
he got like 4. He's like, let me get that left side,
for real.
strong side.
Yeah, I'm being for real. I got the
Strong
first
side.
part off first. Yeah, and then I was like, okay, because if you go the whole stomach and the top come off, but the bottom don't come off, then it's gonna look like you didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna be discouraged. Like, yo, I went 30 days and nothing happened.
How are you
So I was
targeting
like, yo, we're gonna
these
get.
specific stomachs?
That's right.
I mean, I can see it. I can see it. It's like right under your breast, boy, right there, that little area. It's like, like an arch. You know what I'm saying? That joint like an arch. You can sit some on it. You got a top gut if you could sit something
Top
on it.
gut.
Like you could put like something
new
on the
name
top.
of the
So I was
podcast.
like,
I was gonna say that's the name now.
no
Top
doubt.
Top gut.
No doubt.
Yeah, praise God.
So we got rid of the top gut, and then I could see like, okay, the middle boy. So I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So I got rid of the top gut, the middle gut. Then I started seeing the love handles. So I was like, okay, now we got to start working on the love handles. You know what I'm saying? Which I hadn't done that completely yet. You know what I'm saying? That's like where we are currently. You know what I'm saying? And then
That's
and
present
then
day.
that's present day goal.
Yeah.
Then it's like, all right, we're gonna run 3 miles. Okay, we're gonna run 4 miles. Okay, now I'm like, we're gonna stop eating after 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? Then the days I do the keto, it's like I do keto. All right, cool. I don't necessarily have to I don't have to work out that hard. But the days I eat carbs, it's like don't eat carbs if you didn't put in 3-4 miles. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just switching it up a little bit. The days you eat carbs and you don't work out, you intermittent fast. Like you don't, period. You eat carbs, you only eat once. So if you're gonna eat at 12, eat at 12. So it's just like, for real, you know who you are, you gotta play. I'm not saying Jedi mind tricks, but you can't put yourself under, like some of you, like, and I've seen Lashanna, she's gonna get on the phone. I've seen her before go heavy on the diet and then come off and smash. Because it was like, it's too much.
Right,
like you putting too much, you know what I'm saying? You overdoing it. So the body now is like, okay, I'm starving.
Oh, I
like,
promise,
you
when you
starved
come
me for
off
30
that-
days. Oh, bruh, it's hard. So that's what I've done, and I think to C's point too, what I've done before is, the winter's my time, but now I've done some things to, make sure one, we are going to try to find something that's like if we go out of town, go like to Cali or Florida this time, my wife is like, we need to do a different arrangement where we can cook, like not going out to eat. Like we can't go out to eat every day, so we've got to get the type of space that will allow us to cook a meal, have some food some groceries in the refrigerator, and not like, you eating out 2-3 times a day. Because if you're eating out, I mean, you tempted to, it's just different when you eat out, when you're not eating, in your own kitchen or a kitchen, So now C's got me on this, all right, E, it's a lifestyle now. So let's think about the winter, and now you got to put yourself in a position where, yeah, you're going to be gone in the winter, but the last 2 winters, you weren't intentional and deliberate about, you just let it catch you. It's like, and you go 1 week with eating out and you don't see a difference. You go 2 weeks, you see a little difference. Before you know it, 4 weeks, it's a habit. And now, you eating out every meal, every now and then you getting dessert, whatever. So it's like this year now, it's like the winter, I have a plan for the winter. Like even though the winter's gonna hit, it's like, this is the position you gotta put yourself in. So those are like I said, I'm not saying my way is right, but it worked for me. And for those of you listening, like you really do have to have your small wins, as CJ always says, your moderate wins, and then of course, by the end of what you do, it's that big goal that you're trying to accomplish. But that big goal is not gonna happen, you know what I'm saying, like overnight.
Yeah, no question. And I guess, of course, this is, what we're currently on with the health and, things of that nature. But I guess even to an overall standpoint of somebody trying to create a success routine or a success habit, I guess it's finding, you said it, I guess attaching value to it. So for me, like one of the things that I've struggled to, like, continue on, which I know would take me to the next level, is the water joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, I promise you, I'll go hard for like a week straight and doing my gallon a day or, whatever half your ounces in body, whatever you weigh, whatever. I've been trying to do that, and I'll do it for like 4 or 5 days and fall off, or 4 or 5 days and fall off. And I do value it, but I guess I'm just struggling to place that severe value that make it a habit. So the gym has become that. And so I'm just, even in my own mind, trying to decode, like, okay, the gym for you has become like routine, like you can't miss it. Like I'll start getting irritated, right? And so I guess not even from a health standpoint, but whatever, what else have you seen work for people who, have that discipline or who are able to create that habit or eliminate a habit? Like there's people out there, maybe, you smoke cigarettes or you drink too much or, you know what I mean? Like, what are the things, like, do you have any other strategies and things that we can implement to try to make those things stick or unstick?
Let me jump in, E. I was going to say, so the tricky part is with any kind of habit is that there are kind of 3 parts to a habit. It's like some kind of cue or trigger, right? And this is like you said, it's an emotional event. Something happened or something inside you ate this and got sick. Like there's some trigger that makes it happen. Then, of course, we got to take an action, right? So those are the 2 parts that's just kind of built. It's built in. That's going to happen. The third part, C, is where I think the hang up is. So when you think of mostly negative habits, there's an immediate reward with negative habits, right? So the food taste, I'm talking about the food taste, you know what I'm saying? It tastes amazing. There's an immediate reward. You drinking and you lower your inhibitions. You know what I'm saying? You smoking, you get that nicotine in your system. And what people aren't realizing is what makes it difficult is that this is like neurotransmitters being released in your brain. Like it is like a chemical, like your brain is now telling, like it's being fed this information like, yo, I feel great. That's what's happening to your brain when you're doing mostly negative habits. So in terms of your question, see, one of the things that, I'm playing with this now, a kind of a hack. All right, so getting up, going to the gym, you got the action now. What we'd miss is you can actually, how do I want to say, create a false reward for yourself. Like every time you go to the gym, like put something with that, whatever that is for you, like put something with that you enjoy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that is. My mind is blank right now. But instead of just going to the gym and you coming back burnt out and worked out or whatever, I'm going to use an example. Let's just say you like watching a 30-minute show. Like watch it after you come back from the gym. I can think of nothing better. Forgive me. But you get what I'm saying? So you create this now kind of a false reward around the thing. And that, like I said, this is kind of like a little cheat hack that, you can still kind of, because you're looking forward to doing that thing, but now you've kind of positioned it where it has to come after, you work out, or like, again, I can't think of nothing else. But just find that cheat reward system that you can still give yourself something good, reward yourself as a result of, doing what you're supposed to, and not just like Issa saying, trying to take on the whole thing at once. Like I got to work out and lose 30 pounds.
No, that's good.
And you about to wear yourself out.
That's good. Yeah. No, that's good. Yeah. And I'd say, and this is where the assessment gets in, because I don't know that everybody need it, but if you're an I or an S, you are built in for affirmation. Like you're a people person. You know what I'm saying? So you're built for affirmation. You have a need to be affirmed, right? So then for me, it's like, all right, I run and then I send it to C. You know what I'm saying? So that's a reward for me, Carl. It's like I send it to C, like, yo, C, I did what I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I got that knocked out. And then like C was like, send me the meals. And I don't do the meals no more because I'm disciplined now. Like it's, especially because there's certain things I get to eat that is my love.
No
so
doubt.
I ain't really
I'm
tripping
coming
out.
off the
every other
Cheetos,
day.
though. He coming off the Cheetos. You know what I'm saying? I just want to remind you this the same podcast we heard you smashing Cheetos.
Oh, no. I'm good. Hey, Carl, I told you, I'm not on food. See on food. I'm on weight.
Okay.
So as long as I keep my weight the same, I'm not like necessarily like committed to eating a certain thing. I'm committed to that scale, making sure that I stay at the 2. And I'm just being real. Like, because I don't know if C ever sent me his stuff because he didn't need to. But for me, I need that, see, I'm doing what I said I was going to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like that fits my personality. You know what I'm saying? So I just think people need to, like you said, Carl, find that thing, but find it. I think it's harder to do anything in isolation. I don't even care if you're a high D and you get results. You may not need to do it as much as everybody else, But I still think that accountability is deep because what I said to C the other day was, bro, this is what I'm gonna do this winter. Like I'm where I wanna be right now, but what I'm gonna do different now that I'm where I wanna be, instead of going to the winter and saying, I don't wanna pick up no weight in the winter, this winter I wanna get chiseled this winter.
Ooh.
You know, so I'm gonna make it my.
I see you.
Yeah, well, I don't mean. I'm sorry to use that.
No,
term
that's the
loose.
word.
Don't take it back now. Yeah, don't take it back now.
I'm with you.
I'm taking it back.
You. Carl
I'm taking it
Carl
back.
did a 100-day challenge and got one ab. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Yeah. So that's my thing, Carl. It's like, okay, if you're not being successful at what it was that you were trying to do, then try to do something, if that makes sense. So for me, I didn't have a goal in the winter. And unfortunately, when you live in the winter, or, you know what I'm saying, you on the road like I was on the road, you got to have a plan for that. Like, there has to be a plan for eating out every day. Like, you have to be intentional and deliberate about, okay, what we going to eat? Okay, we don't got nothing. And then what happens, Carl? This is what I realized. When I'm at home, bruh, it's easier because I got all my stuff. When you go to the grocery store hungry, it's a wrap, bruh. Like, dude, don't ever go to the... So now here, Didi and I are in a hotel for 4 weeks without nothing in there. So what do? We call room service. You know what I'm saying? Like, we call in room service because we don't have the vegetables in there. Or we don't have, like, my cheat is raisins and peanuts. Like, I don't have a handful of raisins and peanuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm calling room service and they bringing up the sandwich and the hot fries. So it's like, okay, E, this year, don't make your goal not picking up weight. That's not a real goal, Carl, not picking up weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not, that. You know what I'm saying? That's like cotton candy, it's fluff. No, make a goal to work on particular body parts, get the arms, the ab, you know what I'm saying? Work on the triceps, biceps, the shoulders, the chest, and now make that the goal, because guess what? By making that the goal, you will automatically not pick up the weight, if that makes sense.
Say that in a different way.
Oh, okay, so let me say it another way. So if you're the kid who goes to school and you don't do well academically because you don't have an academic goal, you know what I'm saying? You kind of just coasting. But if you go, you know what? I do want to go to college. And I'm going to start focusing on college. And that now focusing on college is putting you in a position where you're like, you know what? I got to handle my business. So for me last year, I didn't have a goal, if that makes sense. I didn't have a goal. And that's why I picked up weight, because I didn't have a goal. It was kind of like I was just going through, I'm just going through the winter. So this year I'm like, yo, E, don't go. I'm not going to pick up no weight. No, don't do that, because you might end up just breaking even. This year go, yo, I'm going to specifically work on, like, maybe for 90 days. I remember Sean T was like, E, you need to do my 60-day challenge or whatever he said. I think it was like a 60-day challenge. So I was like, you know what? This winter, instead of just saying I'm going to be neutral, no, this winter I'm going to hit Sean T's hookup. Now I'm not going to do it now because I'm going to focus on getting back to ground zero. But once I get back to ground zero, I'm not going to let ground zero be my forever goal, if that makes sense. I'm not going to let it be my forever goal. My new goal is we're going to do Sean T's boy and get chiseled.
All right,
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I got you. So it just extending further than what you even originally shot for. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I guess I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of pressure because we got, you know what I'm saying, Mexico coming up. They gonna be looking like, E, that ain't chiseled. You know what I'm saying? That chiseled is a strong word.
But can I say this though to you?
Like some statuesque.
Yeah, and can I say this to you? See, if you say you're gonna get chiseled, don't take the pressure. There is a pressure that you should receive in that. But if you don't get chiseled, I guarantee you, in 3 months, saying you're gonna get chiseled,
you at least ain't gonna have no gut, no top gut.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
You're gonna be way further than if you were scared to set a goal.
What is it? Shoot for the stars and you have the moon?
Have a top one.
Shoot for the
That's
shoot
it,
for the
Carl.
stars, and if you land, you fall on a cloud. Yeah, no, I'm with you. So we pushing it past this. The chiseled dad bod. That's the new. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah.
Throw that disclaimer in there, though. It's still a dad bod. I'm not trying to compete. It's still a dad bod. It's just a chiseled dad bod. Yeah.
Hey, we'll have a chiseled dad bod competition in Mexico. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, let me see if we can get our esteemed colleague.
El Fontaine.
What you got to say?
No, I said El Fontaine. Let's see if we get El Fontaine on the phone.
Yes, I have dialed her in, I believe. Lashonna, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hey, guys. What's up?
Hey,
what's up?
welcome.
What's up?
Welcome to your first edition of the Secret to Success podcast.
Bless.
You are. If CJ put you on, you are.
No doubt. So, for those of you listening, you're like, yo,
Don't
who
get
is
it
Lashonna?
twisted.
Lashonna been down. Okay, it was E, myself, then Carl, and then Lashonna was next up. And Lashonna
Then
came in
Lashonna.
and was like, yo, who's doing your contracts? And we were like, what is a contract?
What contract?
So she added some stability to our organization many years ago, and works behind the scenes and is a prominent member of the ETA family. So with that being said, Lashonna, we've had some conversations. We've talked about kind of your journey a little bit. I know you heard last week's podcast. Would you like me to just start with like questions, or would you like to kind of talk about your journey up until this point, and then we can just have a conversation around it? You let me know how comfortable you are. Either way, I'm good.
Okay, listen, I'm a guest. It's your house. I'm gonna do.
Okay, cool. So let me start with a question. So you know what I'm saying? That's the D kicks in. I mean, immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tried to go like with the
diplomatic
S.
joint.
I tried to go, yeah, no. So Lashonna, so we're talking about forming habits, creating habits. Of course, last week's episode was called Get on the Scale. It was inspired by yourself and myself, the conversation that we had. Everybody on this line except Carl probably has had to look at the scale and try to monitor their weight so it don't get out of control. Carl's still trying to gain weight. Matter of fact, run those Cheetos over to Carl crib. And give Carl them Cheetos. You get his salad and give him your Cheetos. And let, you know what I'm saying? It's to get the top gut going. So Lashonna, for you, let's start here. You've been on this weight loss journey for how long? And you've had some successes and some triumphs and some setbacks. And why do you think up until this point, you haven't achieved that goal? Like, you know what I mean? For you, from your own perspective.
Yeah, I feel like that's a loaded question. I've been like the first part of your answer would be, I've been overweight my whole life. I've been battling with it since I was a kid. And I've tried, to E's point earlier, I've tried every single diet that's out there. Like, I've been on it. I've done Weight Watchers. I've done the 500 calorie HCG. Like, the HCG diet was a trip because you had to take, you could only eat 500 calories a day, and you had to take these drops. But you also could only use a certain type of soap, a certain type of shampoo, like that kind of thing. But like, you would drop, I kid you not, like I would drop at least 2 pounds a day.
Top good, go.
Top good.
Wow.
Wait, but hold on. Did I hear you say that
gut.
you could only use a certain type of soap?
That's what I'm tripping about. Soap.
Oh.
A certain type, because what the program was saying was that if you use certain soaps or shampoos or even...
No wonder I'm chunky. I've been using Axe the whole time. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was the sandwiches. I had no idea that the Old Spice was getting me chunky.
But like I say, like the oils would show up on the scale, and so then it would set you back. So like I purchased all the prescribed soaps and shampoos and all that, and I was dropping weight easy 2 pounds a day, like for sure. But of course, after you finish that diet, you gain all the weight back. And then from there, I did, Nutrisystem. You name it, I tried it. And if you ask me why I think I start and stop or succeed and fail so often, I think it's a combination of things. I think to E's point, like I go hard in the paint. I think that's the D in me. I need like the rigor. So when I read the book, You've Got Style, it was saying that high D personalities, when they work, like they need to work out every day, but they have to do something rigorous. So a brisk walk in the park wouldn't be enticing to a high D. Like it has to be something like kickboxing or, HIIT or something like that, which is true for me. Like I can roll with the best of them. You give me a good song and a good movement, I was always good. But to E's point, like I said, it would, it always end up where, you're trying to crash and burn. But I think that that's also kind of like the high I in me too, because I have that as well. And so I think it's like you're decisive, you're going hard, and then you're kind of like, ooh, a butterfly. You're just like flighty. You're trying this, you're trying that, you get tired, you're kind of all over the place. So I think that that's one thing. And then I think the other thing is just, I think I have a lot of internal work in the past that I had not done. And I am just now entering a space in my life where, I've not only been working on myself, but I am continuing to work on myself. And I think that in the past, I've been trying to lose weight for like things like other people, or it would be for people. It might be for, a certain, maybe it was for a guy that I wanted to attract or, a status that I wanted to achieve. And now I'm really interested in taking care of Lashonna because, as you guys know, I mean, of course, we know, but a lot of people out there as well, Chris, he died at 40 and he was fit. Like I wouldn't see, I don't think I've ever seen Chris eat unhealthy like that. And it was a surprise for me and it was a shock. And it happened right after my father's death, who he was a professional bodybuilder and he was like in the top 3 percentile. He retired in the Army. He retired Army and he was in the top 3 percentile of his regime. And he died at 64. And I believe that the only reason he was able to last as long as he did was because outside of he had intestinal cancer, but I feel like outside of that, outside of that, he was pretty healthy. And I think that helped him through. I think it helped him to last longer than what he would have. And so for me, I'm like, whoa, I'm not 40, but I'm not 30. So I'm right in there and I'm approaching a time in life where it's going to get a lot harder. And my weight, it's like I don't have time to play with it anymore. And so there's nowhere to go except to make this happen this time, because not doing anything is now, especially at this size, is only going to in jeopardy me. And, we have not in a negative way, but like our work life is very intense. We move at a very rapid pace. There's always a lot going on and I'm extremely involved. And to have that kind of strain and stress on your body and to be this size, it's just not healthy. And so, as I said, I just think I'm in a different space.
Nope, and we're going to make it happen this time. And so I'm happy to announce that as of today, we are down like 9.7 pounds, correct? Since we started. And so I told Lashonna, and so here's, maybe a lesson. He talked about the accountability. Lashonna, I don't know. I've been a terrible accountability partner for Lashonna, I think, in the past, because I've always been like, oh, check in when you want to check in and, whatever. And so now we have this thing where, she has to send me a picture of the scale every day. And so that was a very tough thing for her. But before, what happened was like she might check in on like a Friday and be like, oh yeah, I had an okay week. Monday was okay. Tuesday was okay. Wednesday was bad. And I just kind of like, okay, whatever. And we both didn't see the progress that we were hoping to see. So this time I said, yo, we got to go more stringent and I need to like actually see what's going on. And so, Lashonna, you were very upset with me because I said, no, we doing the scale. And you called and you about cussed me out. I thank God you didn't, but you were very upset. But you did not want to get on the scale. So for anybody out there, and the last episode, of course, was called Get on the Scale. But why were you so mad at me, one? And then two, how do you feel now that we're into it and it's actually, we're getting some progress? How are you feeling about that process now?
So, just to give some background, CJ and I have talked about the scale before, and my argument has always been, and we're both high Ds, but my argument has always been, as a woman, it is not ideal to get on the scale every day, for the obvious reasons. You got hormones happening, there's different things happening. And then also there's just an emotional, for me, but to my understanding, a lot of other women as well, it's just an emotional strain that occurs when you get on when you know you're working out and you're eating right, and you get on the scale and you're not seeing the drop. And I've experienced that even in this process. I haven't had a fry in doggone 2 weeks, and I just feel like I should be down 50 straight up and not 9.
No doubt.
I'm giving up some very essential, foods here. So for me, it was just like, I didn't want to go through, and what I was saying to CJ, I don't want to go through that whole emotional strain. Like, work is already stressful in a lot of different ways. And again, not in a negative way, but just, you got to keep moving. And so to have that kind of cloud over your head because and I hate disappointing other people. And I hate disappointing myself. And the thing about disappointing yourself is that you can't hide from yourself. And so it is a very, it's not the best. It didn't put me in the best emotional state is what I would say to CJ. And so, when we had our last conversation about it, and I was already on a weight loss journey. So like I had already, got with this new program. I got a personal trainer and I was already doing the thing. And CJ would be like, okay, so what does the scale say? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm good. Like every time I go get weighed though, they tell me I lost.
You feel me? I worked out today.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, and my counterpoint was we tried that. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Lashonna was like, a little of this, a little of that. You know what I'm saying?
Little of that. Top gut, bottom gut.
Point back
Exactly.
was like, for sure, but like my counterpoint back was that, see, they said I lost. They told me I lost 3 this week. And he's like, 3 from what? And I'm like, it doesn't matter. He's like, nah, I need you to get on the scale. He's like, how do you know what's going on if you're not on the scale? So, I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna take Big Bro's advice. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna ask them for the number. And when I asked them for the number, and here's the thing, I got weighed that day, and I had actually, and I had lost weight again, and I had already been there consistently for going on like 3 or 4 weeks at that time. And so I've been consistently losing weight. I just told them not to tell me what the scale said. So on that day when I went in, and I was like, okay, just tell me what the number is. And she told me the number. I was mortified. I was like, oh my gosh, like there's no way I could have weighed that much having, done all that I was already doing and having.
Oh, and let me tell you something. I had hell to pay. Lashonna called me. I picked up the phone. First of all, she didn't tell me she was going to get weighed, so I had no idea. I thought it was a work call or something. So I picked up. I was like, hello. She was like, I told you. I was like, dang.
This is exactly what I was talking about, CJ. This is exactly. I was like, I did not want to get on the scale. I was like, I already knew that I was losing. There was no reason for me to get on the scale, and now my whole weekend about to be blown. I'm not going to Philly for the verified conference. I'm not going to any other event ever again. I'm going to stay in the house and only do my right home. It is all your fault. Like that's how I was feeling. And then she was like, "Are you done? Are you finished?" And then I was like, "Whatever." And he's like, "All right, let's get to work." And so now, I mean, I'm sending him pictures of the scale. Every day. We try to do it at the same time every day. It's just a little, it's challenging to be able to do it that way. But I get on the scale every day. I send him the picture, and I've been dropping the weight. So in terms of how I feel about it, I actually feel pretty good. Because here's what happens though. It's like I am still anxious about getting on the scale, but there's a lot of good energy, obviously, that comes from seeing the decline each time you get on the scale. And then not just that, but when you know that you're going to weigh yourself in the morning, it really helps you to figure out how you're going to eat the day before. So I promise you, I'm around here, like,
that's good.
Like, I can't, like, how many calories is that again?
I can't eat that Popeye.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Lashonna called me too. She was like, "Man, I can't participate in the Popeye's chicken sandwich Chick-fil-A challenge."
I wanted to know what the deal was. I couldn't do it.
Right. Where was all the good challenges when we was eating bad? You know what I'm saying? Everybody was vegan when I was eating bad. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
Everything's good. I went to Brody with E and Didi and some of the team yesterday. They eating good. And I'm like,
whoa. What was E eating? Excuse me?
I was smashed.
You know what I'm saying?
Very good. It was all good.
Oh, okay,
Mine
good.
wasn't good. I had half a fish sandwich.
Well, listen, man. Listen, Lashonna, we are super grateful that you could join us, and we do have your back. We are going to, I say, I don't know about y'all, but I say we have Lashonna call in and check in every once in a while, updates on her journey.
I like that.
Lashonna, where can they follow you? Do you have a Facebook? Or I mean, no, I'm not on social media, but do you have anywhere that they can come follow you? Because listen, I don't know if you ever heard this podcast or seen any of our support base, but they're very adamant and they're very loving and supportive. So once they hear this, they're going to want to know where they can come and they can show love and they can support you and leave you comments or even suggestions or, whatever. Is there somewhere that they can follow you and maybe keep up with this journey as we get you? Oh, you know what? And before you answer that, I tasked you with one other thing, and what you want to tell them what that was, and I think this is going to be the.
Yeah, you did, and I haven't done it yet. So, Steve wants me to. I have to pick out I have to go get an outfit for my goal weight.
Yeah.
And so my goal weight is I've always only shopped in plus size stores. So he asked me to do it about a week or so ago, but I didn't realize it at the time. So when I started to go out to do it, I was like, whoa, like I've only ever shopped in plus size stores. And my goal weight, of course, puts me outside of the plus size shop. So I was like, I really need a minute to think about this so that I can, I want to go to the right store, get like a really dope outfit, to really boost myself up, to look forward to to getting into it. So that's the assignment he gave.
Yep, it's going down. So now let them know where they can follow. And it sound familiar, Carl? You know what I'm saying?
It sure does.
I borrowed that one straight out of the old playbook. Lashonna, let them know where they can follow or keep up with the journey.
Oh, for sure. So Instagram, call me L2020. So that's CALLMEELLE 2020.
All right, perfect. Okay. Well, thank you for coming on. We'll check in with you and send me a picture of that scale in the morning, girl.
Thank you.
Man, that's a record for us. 2 call-ins in one day. I feel
one
pretty
day.
good.
Oh. Well, let me ask you this. See, have we had other than Didi Candace, have we had another female guest? I don't think so. I don't think we've ever had a female guest like that. So that's a first.
Don't get us no more hate mail, Carl.
Right.
No, I was just thinking about it.
Yeah, and we talked about weight. What chauvinist pigs we are. Jeez, so thanks, Carl. You know what I'm saying? We finally bring a woman guest on and we just talk about her weight. Lord have mercy. Forgive us. You know what I'm saying? We made all the goodwill that we did in the first half of the podcast. We may just have lost it. But no, man, that's family, man, and we want to make sure we support her. And like I said, she wanted to come on the podcast, and she was like, yo, I need the accountability, I need the support, I need the love, and we just believe in that we can get it done as a unit this time, man. But I think, having an accountability partner in whatever you're doing, if you look at, AA, it's a reason that, people go to AA meetings, right? It's to have that support and to know that you're not alone on the journey. And so look forward to, assisting her as she goes on that journey. Y'all go show her some love, man, follow her, and just, give her some encouraging words, man. It's going to take some time, but we believe that we're going to get there. All right, you know where else we're going to get? We're going to get to that chiseled body doing one thing. Can anybody guess what that is?
It starts with an O. Let me give y'all the hint.
And ends with a or Organifi. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Organifi, man, the sponsor of this podcast. You guys know what it is, the superfood green juice powder. Trey, I'm trying to read my quiet, son. I'm trying to read my drop for Organifi. You killing my segue. We're doing this podcast at a very unique time. Carl's kids have been in swim lessons for 8 years now. And so for some reason, I'm like, Carl, you got the swim lessons kid. I told him just bring him down here to Mr. Gene. He'll get him right one lesson. And Carl keep taking his kids to swim. I'm like, Carl, your kid's been swimming forever. So we're doing this podcast like in the middle of the evening, and Avery had gymnastics, and Trey's here with me, so he's watching the iPad and getting a little carried away. But Organifi is the super food green juice powder that we've been using. Man, I've been on the Organifi heavy. Let me tell you something. I feel great. Listen, where else can you get all your greens in one fast, easy scoop? All right, put it in that water bottle, shake it up, and go, man. I've had mine already today. Feel great.
Oh, yeah, I had my Pure.
Yeah, get your.
Hey, you know what I started doing? They got a vitamin C joint. I'm like, we
I
pretty much
Carl.
back
I got
to
it. Immunity.
You got it? Oh, we pretty much back to winter now. So let me get that immune system up,
no,
man.
I hit
so
it
I've been
today.
hitting the vitamin C. Yep, that one's pretty good.
I hit it today. It's gluten-free,
no question.
Carl. It's vegan. It's dairy-free, and it's soy-free.
No excuses. No excuses. I don't care what kind of diet you got. If it's in there.
Yeah, no doubt. So Organifi.com, ORGANIFI.com, promo code success. And listen, man, there's a reason like we're one of the top 5 partners for Organifi. It's because y'all keep going and y'all ordering it, and the people who order it, they go order it again. All right. So if you're out there, man, and you've been listening and want to try it, give it a shot, man, and use the promo code, get some money off. And start being healthy, man. Stop eating hot Cheetos for dinner, okay? And start eating
questions
healthy.
asked.
All right, let's do.
Hey, the hot Cheetos the same color as the immunity, Carl.
You said what?
The hot Cheetos the same color as the immunity, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying, bro. And then here go. My problem is, okay, if you're gonna do the Cheetos, who in the world picks the puffs? You gotta go crunchy Cheetos.
No, that's too much. I feel like I'm sinning when I do those. They crunch. The light boys, I feel like I ain't
crunchy
even
Cheetos are
that.
fried. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, those ones you got are baked. I don't know what they are, but they just taste like air in your mouth. You need to go.
I feel, and I don't
if you're
feel
gonna
it's
dance
sinful.
with the devil, you know what I'm saying?
I just don't
go
feel
all
like,
the
you know
way
what I'm saying? Yeah, I just don't feel it's sinful when I eat those.
But you do agree that the crunchy ones are better, right?
I do not agree with that, but I do feel you.
Carl, break the tie.
Oh no, crunchy all day. It's not a question.
Crunchy all day. Let me tell you something. Not only crunchy, if you go with the hot crunchy or the jalapeno crunchy. First of all,
you
hot
talking about
Cheetos,
the hot flame?
Hood
yeah,
staple.
of course. The hot Cheetos is the best ones ever.
Oh, okay, but in the puffs though?
No, I never had puffs with it. I'm just saying the hot Cheetos are the best
ever.
I don't
know if they make puffs.
But I feel so sinful. Huh? No, I don't think so. I don't know.
Let me tell you how you know Cheetos ain't good for you. When you eat Cheetos, your whole hand turn orange.
Oh, your hand, your teeth,
you know what
everything.
I'm like, bruh, how in the world? It didn't stain my whole hand. I'm talking about the next day you wake up, your finger's still orange.
I had to use the shampoo
whatever this is.
I had to use the shampoo
cannot be good for
Lashonna used to get it off. Whatever that shampoo she used, that's what I had to do to get the orange dye off my finger.
And then you done dirtied up your wife's whole car. She spent $250 to get it detailed. So not only are you cheating. Wow, unbelievable.
But let me tell you something. I got out.
Top Gut coming soon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It fell off.
Return of the Mac and Cheeto. All right, let's do a couple of. Y'all want to do announcements first or a couple Ask ETs? I think
whatever you want. Whatever, it's your show, bro. It's your show.
Announcements is quick. I got you. I get them out quick.
Oh, go for it. Let's go.
Hey. C just talked about our 1% in New York, and of course he said, I'm talking about shut the house down. There two folk was like, man, what's happening there too? And they was like, yo, like one dude walked out to me and was like, yo, it's like I see it in 3D now. Like everything I was going through before. So anyway, New Orleans, you up next, September 12th and 13th. And then DC, right after that, October 5th and 6th. So do not miss it out, y'all. We don't want to hear y'all talking about or hearing us talking about it or looking at it on Instagram and saying y'all should have been there. This is your opportunity. And I believe, listen to me closely, look out for some ticket specials coming soon. We're going to do a little promotion coming out soon. So look out for that.
Where else you going to go to a conference and hear from self-made millionaires who are going
sir.
to teach you and show you and answer every single question you have or how they built it from the ground up. Listen, if you're tired of going to these other conferences and you see these dudes in Bentleys and Ferraris and private planes and all that, and when you ask them how to do it, they just tell you, just keep working hard and yeah. We're about to give you the actual blueprint to how to get to that next level. And Tiffany Montgomery, like, that's how you know she real. She telling you how much she made. Going over to her Instagram, she'll tell you doing 6 figures every month. All right, she's gonna show you how she did that. She started and she got real practical in New York and was like, look, this is the software I use. This is, the content that I created, the whole 9. So, of course, the 9 to 5 millionaire, my brother Jamal King will be in the building. Man, teaching that real estate portion. And then you got ET, and then you got me, who just, you know what I'm saying? I just find a hole or a gap where it's needed, and I just try to run through that
Jump
joint.
on
So, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, please, man, come out.
Oh, don't forget,
man,
Carl came out
bring
as a speaker on this last one.
You said what?
Don't forget, Carl came out as a guest speaker.
Oh, Carl,
Carl. Day 2.
Yeah, Carl.
Day 2, though.
Carl had all kind of slides, everything. I'm like, okay, Carl, I see you. So, man, come out and see the whole crew. Yeah, come out and see the whole crew, man. We're looking forward to, like Carl said, New Orleans as well as DC. So, what else? What else we got?
And then, of course, our Phenomenal Life 2020. We hit Mexico next year, y'all. April 25th to May 1st. Again, you can go to etinspires.com and just hit that little tab that says events and see all that's going on with our events. And I'm telling y'all, this year, so this is the 3rd time we're doing this, and I'm telling y'all, the 3rd time, it's just going to even be better. The last 2, man, we got people still talking about them, still posting images, the content that, again, we got Jamal there, we got Sean there, we got Rob there,
and
we got Quest. He might actually come out, y'all, with the t-shirt off just to show that he chiseled.
You already know PD ain't gonna have that. Don't even lie to the people. I don't care how chiseled I am. I'm not
get you a wife beater.
Come out like that.
Can we get the wife beater at least? We get a wife beater for E.
I have Candace call her about the wife beater. She might do it for Candace.
But yeah, y'all, come out, check it out, man. April 25th to May 1st, 2020. That's it, see.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Also, shout out to ETAGameChangers.com, all right? Listen, man, our speakers are going to a whole nother level, man. We got speakers who are out there getting paid 5 figures to go do their thing, man, and the program is working well. So if you're out there, you want to learn how to take your passion and turn it into a profit, all right? People been telling you, at the barbershop or the hair salon or just, your friends, always you're the one giving advice, encouraging people. You should be getting paid for that. If you can open your mouth and talk, you should be able to get paid for that. You know why? Because they say public speaking is the #1 fear in the world, beyond sharks and heights and all of that other stuff. So what does that mean? That means if you know how to speak publicly at a high level, then you can get paid, all right? Our game changers are growing every single day. I want to give a big shout out to one of our game changers, E. I have to send you the video over. I watched his entire keynote today, and it was incredible. John Medina, big shout out to you, brother. Incredible job. I watched his entire keynote. He spoke in front of, I think, 5,000 or 10,000 educators today. We're going to post a clip on E's Instagram where you can see John, who came through the program, got the information, got the knowledge, got the contracts, and is out there, man, doing this thing. I also got another testimonial. Let me say something. Our stuff is just organic, okay? I just got a testimonial from a game changer. He's not even certified yet, and said to me, he said, hey, CJ, good afternoon. I had my first gig today at a college. I spoke for free, but I did sell $400 worth of books. They said it was the most impactful speech they ever heard. They asked me to stay afterwards and said they want to pay me to come back 3 more times this year. Students are dropping out and they wanted his help. He said they have 15 locations nationally and they want me to speak to their CEO for all the locations. He said, I also got my slides done professionally. CJ, thank you for Game Changers. And that's one of our, he's not even certified yet. He's already out there killing it, man. So if you're out there, man, you got a family member, a friend, tell them about it, man. We would love to come in, have you certified. Get our playbook, learn the rules of the game, and go to the next level, all right? ETAGameChangers.com. Register, sign up, and I'll see you at our next meetup. I'll see you on the phone. We'll be teaching you guys how to get to that next level and turn your passion into a profit, all right? Quit waxing deep for free and start getting paid for it. All right, ask ET. ET, Why are you eating hot Cheetos on a diet that you are
First of all, I'm
do?
not eating hot Cheetos. I'm eating Cheeto Puffs, and I'm not on a diet, okay? I'm not on a diet. That's not what I'm on. I'm on a scale.
A lifestyle that also includes...
And my lifestyle will allow me from time to time to hit my favorite food.
All right.
Cheeto, you
end up looking like a puff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's called backsliding for a reason, brother.
Hey, and when I get to that point, I'm sure you'll be the first to let me know.
I definitely will. When it look like you got stung by a bumblebee. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Malik said, E.T., when did you first realize you had the gift to speak?
16, 17 years old, church, week of prayer. They let me speak on Thursday. After I dropped the mic, I'm not saying it was a phenomenal message, but I felt like it was natural. I was in love with it. I had practiced a lot before I did it. And I just had this, this sensation come over me, when I was doing it. So that's when I knew.
Wait, you spoke at what? At Pastor Willis' church?
Yeah.
I don't remember this story.
Well, me either.
Yeah, I don't think I ever heard this. Look, we done got to some new information.
Right. I thought you was talking about the stuff at Oakwood that you did.
Yeah, no.
Well,
So wait. I never
was,
knew you spoke at that church.
Yeah, but Detroit Center, we did a week of prayer. Carl know about the kids' week of prayer.
Nah, of course we know about it, but we didn't know you did
that you spoke like that,
Oh, yeah, I spoke on Thursday night. Yeah.
And what was the sermon? How many licks does it take to get to the center of a lollipop?
Pin ain't easy, but somebody got to do it.
This was 7 ducks in muddy water. I actually stole it from somebody else. 7 ducks in muddy water. Yeah.
You just stole it from somebody else?
Yeah, I did.
What was? Can you give us a little sample?
Carl can tell you. Carl know. I just said it. 7 ducks in muddy water. He know what it is.
It sounds like he's scared to go back to his past. See, that's what I'm hearing right now.
What is it?
Nah.
I don't know what that is.
I'm saying it's a Bible story. Naaman dipping in the water, right, E?
Absolutely, Carl.
Yeah,
7
but he
times.
sound like he's scared to go back. E, you got something? Was it a bad experience? E, what's up?
I ain't scared. I ain't scared.
We got a bunch of emails and people saying, "Hey, y'all keep talking about the D to I to S to C, the gorilla. They just want to know, can you break down DISC, like when we are referring to it, saying, oh, CJ's a D and E's an I. Can you quickly, it's the DISC assessment for those of you who don't know, and we don't want to make the assumption that everybody knows. Of course, E is certifying people. You had a whole cohort come through extreme execution and get certified. People. But really quick for our, because listen, we don't want to assume that everybody who's listened to the podcast has been listening to day one. Some people, this is their first episode today. This is the first time they ever listened to us. And I'm not sure if this is an adequate representation of who we are, because we usually go a little harder than this, but we've been going hard for 10 weeks straight. So this is like a bye week.
Yeah, we got to come off of. But hey,
eating Cheetos and you know what I'm saying. It's just like a whole. You know what I'm saying. We just switched up our whole
I'm going soft, Carl. I'm going soft.
You know what I'm saying?
He said take our foot off the gas, so I'm taking it all the way off. I will ask you to do this though, Carl. Before I say that, can you tell the people what you told me in terms of like, yo, Jamal, when I saw E this time, like I've been seeing E speak for years. But with this
so obviously, E is the best speaker in the world. Now, this though, I feel, and I said the same thing to Carl, like as a trainer, I've never seen you this good. Like in terms of like being like literal and analytical and breaking stuff down. Like that's not really E's style. That's more my style, I would say, is like, teaching, if you will, like from that, very like tangible, like stick right there to the story and the point and nail it and kind of walk through it. E has been on another level with that disc, man. And I'm telling you, I learn something new every single time just from, how to, like people out there, listen, you're looking to be a millionaire, you're looking to build your team. We talked about self-assess all the time. E's teaching you like what characteristics and how to spot like the best person to have around you. And it's crazy just listening. So yeah, no, I would say that that has taken you to another level as a speaker because it's giving you like some parameters, and it's like while I still love freestyle ET, that's always gonna be my favorite.
Oh, no question.
From a training standpoint.
Yeah.
This is like vaulted you into that, that trainer status. You know what I mean? It's been
and I just said that because I wanted them to know before I just quickly explain it, that a lot of our game changers are leaving the game changer program and getting certified. Why? Because
not leaving the program, they're also
well, you know what I mean? Yeah. What I meant, like transitioning.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't want them to think they was leaving the joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what should we say though? Like they're going to another.
They're graduating. They're getting certified and then coming over and getting certified.
Yeah. And so when people ask, should I do that? I always say, yeah, you're a great speaker, but you need content.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You need content. And so I think this is so phenomenal because one of the things that I learned from Nick Saban and when I was able to work with Alabama is that when you have a playbook that has the same language, the same cues, it just makes it so much easier when everybody's speaking the same language, and so this is what this is. This is really breaking, us down. The D, as C mentioned, it's our preference, right? And what I call superpower as it relates to making decisions. We're going to really show you a lot about yourself. The I, how you interact with people, and share your opinions. The S, the pace that you like to go to and being supportive. And then the C, your preference for dealing with standards and protocols. It's unbelievable, guys. And I think the bigger piece is not just who you are naturally, but when you adapt who you are. And so the tool is, I'm telling you, you can use this for you and your spouse, how you react. I showed Carl a text with Jada. I was like, Carl, you see this text? Jada was like, yo, Dad, you need me to come to Detroit and pick you up? I'm like, what? But I was dealing with my daughter in the wrong way. I was speaking English and she was speaking French. And when I learned her language through this test, I'm like, oh, she speaks French. Now, I'm not as fluent as my daughter in it because, of course, that's how she's wired. But I can communicate with her in a way now where she's like, man, the relationship has just grown 1,000%. And I ain't gonna lie to you. Me and my daughter ain't never been, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't never been no terrible relationship. I ain't never need no counseling for me and Jada, you know what I'm saying? But knock on wood, but it's just gone to an all-time high. And so to C's point, for those of you who are looking to train in education, you're looking to do sports, you're looking to do corporate work, this content can last you the next. I'd say, Carl, I'm gonna be real.
I'm saying you've been on it 3 years already, E.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it can last you for the rest of your life. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Seriously, and hey, if y'all want to check it out, listen to what I'm saying closely. You've heard us talk about it. You can go research it, but I'm not playing. It wasn't until each of us got coaching in this that this thing kind of like unfolded for us. Like I'm talking about down to like it unlocked some stuff in my family, my childhood. Like I'm being real. So like, don't just take the assessment and think that you figured it out. I'm telling you, go get coaching. Go get coaching. The website you can check it out is etinspires.com/extreme. So it's just etinspires.com/extreme. I'm saying do not, and actually let me say this. We have not put this out anywhere else publicly. So podcast, y'all getting it like straight up first dibs, y'all family.
And Carl, like she said, I got 40 people in the first cohort. Like I literally had to, like I didn't say nothing to the world. I really wanted to make sure that, okay, if you do this, now speaking wise, I can't, this is why I know it's legendary. Because in terms of speaking, C is going to take you to another level. I don't know if that level is going to be though E.T. or Inky. It could be. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I know for a fact, and Carl can tell you this, if you take this, if you become certified as an extreme execution, because that's what it's going to help you to do, to execute extremely, if you do this, Carl sounds just like me. I'm being real. Like if somebody go and do this for corporate, I promise you, it's like we all sound exactly alike.
We got a playbook.
We design a playbook. And so whether you got Gronkowski out there, you got, what was my man's name? Hernandez, whether you got, whoever those dudes were, the different wide outs that, that you put Randy in, you take out Randy Moss, whatever the running backs were. the tight ends, I'm telling you, we have found a system like the Patriots that it doesn't make a difference who goes and trains on this disc. I promise you, the company or the marriage or whoever, they're gonna get the exact same results.
All right. Did we actually answer the question? I'm not sure, y'all.
Yep.
You know
we
what
did. I told you what the D was, the I was, the S, and the C. I told you what it was.
Okay, good.
He gave a brief, yeah.
Okay, brief summary. Check the rest out. You know what I'm saying?
I can't give it all out. See, come on to the website.
Execution promo code success. Ain't no discount, but just use that code anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right, no discount.
You gotta pay full price, dog.
Right. This is my program. I'm not doing that.
Bro, drink some Organifi when you got. You know what I'm saying? We gotta eat too, baby. You know what I'm saying? Can't just give out all this.
Somebody gotta afford them Cheetos.
Exactly. Wow, yeah. I feel like I just been deceived by my spouse. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here eating lettuce wraps. And he got the Cheeto puffs. And here go I'm not even mad if he would have told me, like, yo, see, check it out. I got the Cheeto puffs today, but I'm with you, bro. I had to hear
I was actually eating them with it. He talking about tell you I was eating them when you was on the phone.
No, I heard.
My wife just got to it first.
Had like a thick lettuce wrap with like turkey and cheese in it.
No, I didn't. See, we got a bad.
Because I didn't hear the crunch. That's why you got the puffs, so it wasn't loud. Because you couldn't hide the crunchy. It was loud
because you asked me, "What you doing?" I'm eating, and then Didi was like, "He got these Cheeto puffs all in my doggone car."
Yeah, let the cat out the bag. And by cat, I mean Chester Cheeto.
The Cheeto.
All right, last question. What is, this for all of us, I guess, Justin said, what is your favorite season?
Ooh
that's easy for me, fall.
Fall for C, I know that. Man, I gotta stick true to my roots and say summers. I can't do spring because my allergies is terrible. Winter is the rest of the year in Michigan.
I'm going spring. Spring.
I gotta do summer. I gotta do summer.
I'm going spring.
Why spring?
I'm going spring only because I feel C on fall because it's like similar, but you about to go into winter. And I don't know if I like that. I like fall, spring because I'm going to summer.
You got football back, man. You got,
no question.
Like for me, right, growing up in the Midwest, you got the cider mill. You got, apple cider and, kind of like start the hot chocolate weather. You got football, the bands, high school football, college football. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody wearing their, school gear and, you know what I'm saying? I just love it, man. That's fall is my time of year. So we coming into that time. Although it's still deadly hot here, like September, you still...
Oh, bro, we in the 50s up here already. We already hitting 50s.
Not here.
Oh, see, that's when that's when I make my journey up north. That's perfect weather. So, you know what I'm saying? Nice little hoodie. All right, cool. Well, that's it for me. You guys got anything else you want to discuss on this cuddly episode? Anybody adopt any puppies or anything else we can talk about that would be pleasing to the listener? All right, cool. Well, E, why don't you hit us with a nugget of the day so we can get up out this joint?
The nugget for the day is assassinate the top gut. All right? Assassinate
this the Cheeto for the day, y'all, not the nugget for the day. We'll call it the Cheeto for the day.
This is it. What I don't want you to do is get overwhelmed, right? Because you're trying to take out a gut that took you 6 months to a year to get. You try to take that joke out in 30 days because you got a family reunion or you got a family reunion or a class reunion. Don't do that to yourself. It took you 6 years to get the gut. Don't try to get it off in 6 weeks. But the top gut is something that you could go full throttle on and attack that joker, try to get that joker down so you could stop snoring at night and stop breathing hard. You know what I'm saying? So let's focus on the top gut, get that joker knocked out, and then once you get the top gut knocked out, then we can start working on all the other stuff.
Man, appreciate that Cheeto of the day.
Least I could do.
Hey.
As I get the orange off my fingertips.
Exactly. Had the bed sheet stained in orange, everything. You're just disgusting, bro. I'm disgusted right now.
I'm not mad at you.
Matter of fact, you know how like your accountability partner backslide. I'm about to go upstairs and hit one of the kids' little Cheez-It lunch packets. And, you know what I'm saying? We ride together, baby. Win and lose together. It's just
Win and lose.
You didn't even say bro. Besides the Cheetos, you had to hit the banana. What did my mother-in-law make? You had my dad dressing and the.
Oh yeah,
I heard
last
about
week,
it,
Carl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hey Carl, but I still got on the scale and weighed the same amount, baby.
Oh yeah.
I still got it.
You must have had that.
I hit that run, Carl. It is what it is, Carl. I'm like, yo, you gonna eat like that, you're gonna have to get up in the morning, you're gonna have to work it off.
Yeah, no, you definitely would. What was it? It was banana what?
This is a banana pudding
she made
cake.
a banana pudding cake. Now, I'll be honest, Carl, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I didn't eat the cake. I just took the whatever you call it, what is it, vanilla wafers? I took the vanilla wafers and she made, but I did scoop her little icing. She made it from scratch, Carl. Listen to me, I'm not lying when I say this. Jamie will tell you, it is the best thing my taste buds has ever experienced. I have never experienced that before. I'm 48 years old, bro. I've been around the world and I sat at some tables. This is the best flavor on my tongue that I have ever had, and Jamie agreed to it. It was whatever little homemade icing she made, but that sucker was fire.
Yep.
Hey, Carl, you'll be proud of me. I didn't hit any macaroni and cheese. I left that, and I only got a spoonful of the dressing, which you know is almost impossible.
Oh yeah, it's a different ET.
Yeah, man. Well, we could just get
Thanksgiving is coming though. Thanksgiving is coming. Yeah.
Hey, listen, y'all. We out of here. Go work on that top gut,
like
dog.
last year. Get that top gut up. Not Top Gun, top gut.
Take the top off the Maybach. Take the top off the gut.
Maybach.
You know what I'm saying? Take it off. Hey, we out of here. We love you. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your